The Somnath Swabhiman Parv continues to be our top focus right here, and I'm going to go straight across to my colleagues. Piyush is in Somnath, getting us those beautiful pictures that you see on your screens at this point in time. Gaurav Sawant also continues to be with us. Gaurav.
This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi leading the Somnath Swabhiman Parv. Stay with us as we continue with our coverage. This is extremely significant. This is civilizationally very significant for the Sanatan Dharma, for the civilization of the Sindhu Valley or the Indus Valley in these areas. And I quickly want to bring in Piyush, who joins us with the latest from Ground Zero. Piyush, this is the 72-hour-long Akhand Jap that begins, and for 72 long hours, it's that one energy that everyone together will chant. The world will listen that this is the Sanatan civilization in all its glory.
Well, Gaurav, the kind of chants those are being heard here has filled the entire atmosphere with a new energy, and not only chants but also the drone show has filled a sense of excitement among people. And I would ask my journalists to focus on the sky above me, and here the drone show is underway. Through this drone show, different messages being sent out, and here I can see Akhand Omkar, Akhand Somnath, Akhand Bharat. Yes, that's the message which is now being showcased using this drone show. A couple of minutes back, we also saw the photograph of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Om was also written using different kind of drones, different kind of techniques, and this is the drone show which is right now underway, also highlighting the message of the Somnath Swabhiman Parv. You remember that this Parv began on 8th of January, and since then various cultural programs highlighting the history of Somnath temple have taken place here. But today is a very important day, is a very significant day as Akhand Omkar mantra is being chanted here. And here we have the beautiful picture of Lord Shiva and Ma Parvati, which is being shown using the drones. Different kind of lightings are being used to show here, and Narendra Modi, as he is speaking, is also sitting inside Somnath temple, and he's also witnessing to all the developments which are now taking place. The drone show is already underway here at Somnath temple. Before that, he took part in Akhand Omkar mantra jap, which is going on, and it will continue for 72 hours. Tomorrow is a very important day, Gaurav, when Prime Minister will be taking part in a Shaurya Yatra, and this Shaurya Yatra will be taken out at the same point from where right now we are reporting. It's going to be for at least 2-kilometer long Shaurya Yatra, and this Shaurya Yatra will feature 8 horses, signifying the valor, sacrifice, cultural spirituality heritage which India has had, in the last 1,000 years. And this Somnath Swabhiman Parv is also being observed to mark the attack which took place 1,000 years back, and in the last 1,000 years, multiple attacks.
For a moment, let's listen in to that Akhand Omkar Jap. Listen in to the energy of the Akhand Jap.
Om Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev. ये गाथा है उस चेतना की जो शाश्वत है, जो सनातन है, भारत की सांस्कृतिक आत्मा का एक ऐसा अखंड बिंदु जो युगों युगों से अटल है, वही जो आदि है, वही जो अनंत है।
अनंत वर्ष की आस्था, अनंत वर्ष का है विश्वास, अनंत वर्ष की धरोहर
समय से पहले, शब्द से भी पहले, जब कोई आकार भी नहीं था, तब भी एक चेतना थी। उसी चेतना से उत्पन्न हुआ पहला नाद। वो आदिनाद जो निरंकार है, यही सनातन है। भारत की भूमि पर कुछ स्थान केवल भूगोल भर नहीं है, इतिहास है। सोमनाथ ऐसा ही दिव्य स्थान है। समंदर के किनारे आस्था के शिखर पर सोमनाथ का स्वयंभू उदय हुआ।
नमामि शमीशान निर्वाण रूपम विभुम व्यापकम ब्रह्मवेद स्वरूपम निजम निर्गुणम निर्विकल्पम निरीहम चिदाकाशमाकाश वासम भजेहम आदिनाथेन शर्वेण सर्व प्राणी हिताय वै आद्य तत्वान्यथानियम क्षेत्र में तन महाप्रभम प्रभासितम महादेवी यत्र सिद्ध्यन्ति मानवा।
वर्ष 2026 सोमनाथ के अटूट स्वाभिमान की एक सहस्त्राब्दी का साक्षी है। जनवरी 1026 की उन काली रातों में गजनी के महमूद ने इस पावन तीर्थ की मर्यादा पर प्रहार किया था। वो आक्रमण केवल पत्थरों का विध्वंस नहीं था, बल्कि भारत की आस्था, उसकी संस्कृति और उसकी महान सभ्यता को जड़ से मिटाने का एक हिंसक प्रयास था।
गजनी खिलती औरंगजेब आए आके चले गए, पर भोले बाबा के आगे पापी सारे रात हुए।
विध्वंस हुआ, मंदिर को क्षति पहुंचाई गई, ज्योतिर्लिंग खंडित किया गया। पर यह भी सत्य है कि क्रूर तलवारों पर महादेव के त्रिशूल का हर बार जय घोष हुआ। संरचना टूटी थी, चेतना नहीं। दीवारें टूटी थी, वीरता नहीं। मंदिर टूटा था, आस्था नहीं। वीर हमीर जी का शौर्य और बलिदान शत्रु की बर्बरता से कहीं अधिक शक्तिशाली था। उनका महादेव के प्रति समर्पण, उनका लहू इस धरती की मिट्टी में मिलकर प्रतिज्ञा बन गया कि जब तक एक भी हिंदू जीवित है, सोमनाथ का अस्तित्व कभी मिट नहीं सकता।
जटाटवी गलज्जला प्रवाह पावितस्थले कलेवलम्ब्य लम्बिता भुजंग तुंग मालिका जटाकटाह संभ्रम प्रमण्डिलिम्ब निर्जरी विलोल वीचि वल्लरी विराजमान मूर्धनि गद्दगज्जलल्ललाट पट्ट पावके किशोर चन्द्रशेखरे रति प्रतिक्षणं मम धराधरेन्द्र नन्दिनी विलास बन्धु
कुमार पाल
संतति प्रमोदमान मानसे कृपाकटाक्ष धोरणी निरुद्ध दुर्धरापति क्वचित् दिगम्बरे मनो विनोद में तु वस्तुनि हर हर महादेव हर हर महादेव हर हर महादेव।
खिंगारा, अहिल्याबाई और हजारों के पुरुषार्थ से हर बार हुआ सोमनाथ का भव्य
So this is the effort that every Indian must know, the sacrifice, the selfless sacrifices, the valor of countless Indians, of countless Sanatan Dharma followers in protecting the Astha that's symbolized at the Somnath temple. When you look at the Somnath temple, desecrated repeatedly, targeted and destroyed repeatedly, whether it was by Mahmud of Ghazni, who did it in 1026, 1000 years of that, or in 1299 by Alauddin Khilji's General Alaf Khan, or in 1395 by Muzaffar Shah, or again desecrated once again in 1451 by Mahmud Begra, or by 1669 by Aurangzeb. There is a long history of cruel bigots who targeted the Somnath temple, not just for the wealth of the temple, but also an effort to target one of the most ancient shrines of Bharatvarsha, a cultural center, an economic center. But each time the Sanatan Dharma followers rebuilt it. Listen in.
जब कोई आकार भी नहीं था, तब भी एक चेतना थी। उसी चेतना से उत्पन्न हुआ पहला नाद।
So the Om that you see in the skies, the Damru of Lord Shiv, the Trishul of Lord Shiv that you see on your television screen, this is not just science and technology, drones, but also what you see is celebration of India's resilience and resurgence. The temple may have been targeted repeatedly, whether it was Mahmud of Ghazni in 1026 or whether it was Aurangzeb and his generals in 1669. Once again, India rose. The people of this country rose. Again, when you look at what Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, the first Home Minister and Deputy Prime Minister of India in 1947, he said, why it's so important to rebuild the Somnath temple. It's very important to rebuild the Somnath temple because it's a symbol of the resilience of the Sanatan Dharma followers. For 1,000 years, you had invaders who were ruling parts of this country, but through those 1,000 years, you also had the Sanatan Dharma followers, the sons and daughters of this soil who were constantly fighting for their independence and for their dharma, for their asa, for their vishwas, that remained resolute. And this is symbolized with that Somnath temple. I once again want to bring in Piyush. Piyush, when you look at how grand this temple was built in 1947 and how now there's an effort that future generations know of the sacrifices that were made. This is something that is not just about religion. It's about a way of life. It's about the Astha of the Indus Valley civilization or the Sindhu Ghati ki Sabhyata or the Sindhu Putras in this country.
Well, no doubt about it, Gaurav, and in the last 1,000 years, Somnath has faced multiple attacks, and we have seen how people of India, the Hindu devotees, Indus Valley civilization, they have ensured that whenever it is attacked, they try their best to ensure that Somnath is emerged stronger, and it has happened multiple times. Today is the day when we are celebrating Somnath Swabhiman Parv, and there's a word in this Swabhiman. Why we are proud of our heroes? Because they laid down their lives to ensure that Indus Valley civilization, our cultural heritage are carried forward. Nobody forgets about them. Narendra Modi himself is taking part in various programs in this. Right now, as I'm speaking, I can also see the movements taking place here. But we are now seeing that PM Narendra Modi is all set to leave from Somnath's temple. Remember that a couple of minutes back, he entered here to part in Akhand Omkar chant, and after that a drone show was carried out here, and after drone show the firecrackers were lit to celebrate this Somnath Swabhiman Parv. And now what we are told is that the gates have been opened. Any minute from now, Prime Minister will be leaving from Somnath temple, and tomorrow once again he will come here to take part in the special prayers. Those are all set to begin tomorrow at around 9:45. Before that, he will also take part in Shaurya Yatra, and in that Shaurya Yatra, there are around 108 horses will be registered, and through this message sent out about
by thousands and thousands of people, Gaurav, who have laid
thousands of people, Gaurav, who have laid down their lives to protect the ethos, to protect the cultural heritage of Somnath temple. And I can see, Gaurav, I'm speaking, I can see few vehicles coming out, security is in place, and from now Prime Minister will be coming out from Somnath temple, and he was here to take part in Omkar Jap Mantra chant.
Look at the spectacular fireworks that are taking place. Beautiful images, beautiful images. This is a celebration. This is the celebration of the resilience of the sons and daughters of this soil. And look at every example. Look at these very beautiful fireworks. Those who try to destroy the sons and daughters of this soil, they themselves have been destroyed. But this land and the inhabitants, they continue to flourish. So, for example, in 1026, when Mahmud of Ghazni targeted the Somnath temple in 1169, the Chalukya Solanki king Kumarpal, he rebuilt the Somnath temple. Then in 1299, when it was destroyed by Alauddin Khilji's general, once again, the kings of India, the sons and daughters of the soil, rebuilt it.
सोमनाथ महादेव की जय नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव.
ओम नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव.
So Har Har Mahadev, it was in fact with the chants of Har Har Mahadev, with the battle cry of Har Har Mahadev, that the sons and daughters of this soil fought back every invader. And it is for future generations to know about the sacrifices made, because Piyush, it is said that there were so many ancient civilizations, they disappeared. We are still there. We continue to flourish. We continue to grow. We continue to rise because we learn from history and ensure that lessons are not forgotten. Piyush.
Well, that's right, because in the last 1,000 years, multiple times Somnath has faced attack, and our ancestors have ensured that it stands strong, and that message needs to be sent out to the future generation so that they also know about the sacrifice, the valor, the cultural spirituality, the heritage which we have had, which has every time ensured that yes, our faith comes first, our ideals comes first, and that's what the message is being sent through the Somnath Swabhiman Parv, which is being celebrated here in Somnath. You know, I've been talking to various people, and they are telling me, Gaurav, that this entire program is not about remembering what happened 1,000 years back, but it is about showing and telling to people that in the last 1,000 years, despite Somnath temple facing multiple attacks, our ancestors have ensured that it stands strong, and that's what the message is also being sent. And here you can see how Somnath temple is standing strong with the devotion, with the faith, ideas of thousands and crores of Hindus who have also gathered here to take part in this entire grand show. And this shows as to how the unity is among people here who have gathered here to send out message to the future generations also, that yes, we don't have to forget the sacrifices those have been done by our ancestors. And like we are talking about the sacrifice, the valor, I also want to focus on one statue, and this is the statue of one of the Rajput leaders in the 12th century, who also laid down his life. His name is Hamirji Gohil, and this is the statue of Hamirji Gohil, who also sacrificed his life to ensure that no attack took place on Somnath temple. But when things were not in his control, he had to lay down his life to protect our civilization, to protect our culture, to protect our heritage, and that is what is being highlighted through this entire program which is taking place here in Somnath. Tomorrow is a very important
Oh,
day.
absolutely. That's a very, very long history. That's a very, very long history of 1,000 years. Efforts made for 1,000 years to decimate us, to destroy us. And this wasn't just about targeting an economic center, because remember, Somnath was a very, very important economic center, whether it was it was a very important center for learning, for culture, for economy. It was a very important temple town, and it was repeatedly targeted. So whether, you talk about the Chudashma king, Mahipal, or the Chalukya king, or you talk about the Maratha queen, Ahilya Bai Holkar, and how after the temple was desecrated and destroyed again, Ahilya Bai Holkar had another temple made. And of course, whether it was the Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, or K.M. Munshi, who was independent India's agriculture minister, they put their foot down and they said it's for civilizational resilience that this temple has to be built, despite objections and repeated objections that were laid, Piyush, by then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And that's, of course, become an issue even today between the BJP and the Congress. And very recently, you had BJP MP Sudhanshu Trivedi, Piyush, who produced some letters to show that Pandit Nehru actually asked foreign missions, Indian missions overseas, not to help with the construction of this temple, whether it's with any way in terms of funds, or also in terms of bringing holy water or water from the Sindhu river for the Somnath temple.
I think how the role which was played by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and how the
It was played by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and how the multiple hindrances were created by other than Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. But the point here is that despite hindrances, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ensured that this temple is reopened, and it got reopened in May 1951. And this entire celebration, Somnath Swabhiman Parv, is also coinciding with 75 years of reopening of Somnath temple. So that is also being observed in Somnath. And while drone show was also carried out, Gaurav, we saw a grand picture of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was also shown during that grand drone show. So this shows the kind of respect which is being extended to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, because he in 1951 decided to reopen this temple, and since the reopening of Somnath temple, various programs have taken place. Narendra Modi in his capacity as BJP leader had visited here in 2001, and after that he has been visiting here many times, and he is the one who has also come up with this idea of observing Somnath Swabhiman Parv. And we remember as to how Prime Minister had written a detailed piece of article on Somnath Swabhiman Parv, highlighting the valor, the sacrifice, those were done by our ancestors. He also highlighted about our spiritual heritage, our culture and civilization, which has been carried for 1,000 years. And in these 1,000 years, despite Somnath facing multiple attacks, every time it stood stronger. And that is what the message is also being sent through this entire celebrations, the Parv which is being celebrated here.
And the spiritual significance of the Somnath temple, first amongst 12 Jyotirlings, so well respected. People from across the country come here. So many stories around it. Whether the first time this temple was built, as the folklore has it or the legend has it, in gold, then in silver, then in wood, and then finally in stone. But over the years, it's had a history which remains unbroken. And the manner in which Somnath was targeted, Somnath was repeatedly targeted because of this concept of, as some historians were telling us, of this concept of Ghazwa-e-Hind, that you just target the places of worship of the Sanatan Dharma followers and then you convert them. But this is exactly what did not happen. People continued to, even if they made sacrifices, 50,000 people are believed to have lost their lives or fought in that battle against Mahmud of Ghazni. But over generations, you spoke of Raja Hamir Singh Gohel or Raja Dharampal or Raja Krishanpal or Ahilyabai Holkar, who rebuilt the temple. That spirit of Sanatan, it always was burning strong and continues to burn strong. Is that the message that Prime Minister Narendra Modi wants to send across to future generations, Piyush?
Well, that's right. And Gaurav, like I'm speaking, I'm also drawing, energy from the Akhand Jap, which is taking place at in front of Somnath temple. And for the benefit of our viewers, let us show them as to how the speakers have been fixed here, where this Akhand Jap, Omkar Jap is going on. A couple of minutes back, we were hearing Ma Mrityunjay Jap, and now here another Jap is also going on, which is giving, which is filling a lot of energy among people, among devotees who visit here every day. And if we talk about data, in the last 1 year, around 92 to 94 lakh devotees have come in, and now the time has come to tell not only our future generations but also our existing generation about the valor and sacrifice which have been made to ensure the protection of integrity of Somnath temple, to ensure the message which Somnath sends, and that's why this Parv is being celebrated. Remember that on 11th January 1026, it was Mahmud of Ghazni who attacked Somnath first with the intention of looting it. We were talking to various people, we were talking to various priests, Gaurav, and they were telling us that the attacks which have taken place on Somnath were not with the intention of devotion, but with the intention of loot, with the intention of demolition, with the intention of Ghazwa-e-Hind, like you mentioned, and that is what that is what has been shown during these multiple attacks. So this shows the kind of mindset invaders had, but our ancestors every time ensured that this mindset is defeated, and that's why as I am speaking and as I am reporting right in front of Somnath temple, I can see the tall standing Somnath temple where it's with its dhwaja also flying high on the top of Somnath temple. This temple has faced multiple attacks, but this temple is also telling us the story of valor, sacrifice, and how our cultural heritage has been carried forward in the last 1,000 years. This temple is telling us about the history this temple is telling us about the sacrifices those have been made, and still today, as we are speaking, a lot of people visit here to draw energy, to draw inspiration from this temple and also from this land, and that's why this is also counted as one of the first Jyotirlings among all 12 Jyotirlings. So the message of unity, the message of sacrifice, valor, which has been shown by our ancestors, is being highlighted through this Somnath Swabhiman Parv. And tomorrow is the day, Gaurav, when it is going to be culminated with the address of PM Narendra Modi. And before that, he is going to take part in Shaurya Yatra, which will take place, from a nearby area around 2 kilometers away from this place is the point from where the Shaurya Yatra will begin, and then PM Narendra Modi will take part in special prayers, and then he's going to address the people.
Come to you, and I want to learn more about the Shaurya Yatra and what the Shaurya Yatra is all about. But I also want to bring in Sneha into this conversation, because Sneha, when you look at this temple, though it was repeatedly targeted, desecrated, destroyed. At one point of time, Aurangzeb, that cruel Mughal king, had the temple not only destroyed in 1669, but in 1706, he ordered that a mosque be built here. But, in 1707, he died himself. And subsequently, Ahilyabai Holkar had a very beautiful temple, a smaller one made adjacent to it. But look at this temple, the shikhar itself is about 150 feet tall, and it has a kalash, a kalash on top, which is 10 tons, and about 1,600 odd flags and gold plated urns all around this temple. It's a spectacular temple, Sneha.
Well, absolutely, Gaurav, and more than anything else to me, this really is a symbol of resilience, isn't it? I'm just going to, in fact, continue to chat with you and Piyush, who's privileged, isn't it, Gaurav, to witness that beautiful event right there in front of him. Piyush, be with us. We're going straight back to these pictures once again from the Somnath temple. Let's take a look.
अखंड बिंदु जो युगों युगों से अटल है, वही जो आदि है, वही जो अनंत है।
अनंत वर्ष की आस्था, अनंत वर्ष का है विश्वास, अनंत वर्ष की धरोहर, सहस्त्र वर्ष का स्वाभिमान।
ओम नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव।
Gaurav, this temple really a symbol and teaches us that living civilizations cannot be erased, isn't it?
Well, an effort was made, and a systematic effort, and over centuries that effort was made for mass conversions, to change religion, to ensure that the Sanatan Dharma does not flourish, and yet it did. And it wasn't just the Somnath temple, though the Somnath temple is extremely significant. But look at the way, Somnath temple was targeted, or Ayodhya, or Mathura, or Kashi, or Bhodshala, or so many other temples across the length and breadth of our country. Now, many would argue that was it just economic? And some have said that because these temples had so much money, so much wealth, they were targeted for its economy. But then what would explain killing the large number of people and then forcing a large number of people subsequently, as some reports seem to indicate, or accounts seem to indicate, convert people to other religions, and yet they remain steadfast. And when the Shaurya Yatra takes place tomorrow, the Shaurya Parv that the Prime Minister would be leading tomorrow at 9:45, that's the message that the Prime Minister also intends to send out. The message that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel wanted to send out, K.M. Munshi wanted to send out in 1947, when, also when Dr. Rajendra Prasad as president in 1951, when he went for the Pran Pratishtha at the Somnath temple. Why was it important? Because it was to instill that feeling of of self-respect, of resilience, of resurgence in a civilization that had been ruled by invaders for, as some of these accounts indicate, for close to 1,000 years. So all of that, this now is being taken to the next level for future generations to know about the sacrifices that were made. And in a way, it's that baton that's being passed from one generation to the other, Sneha.
Absolutely, Gaurav, and I really wanted to touch upon this a little because this wasn't just about religious symbolism and conversion, forceful conversion. This was also about striking fear in the hearts of people. At that point in time, temple destruction really was used to demonstrate power. Gaurav, instill fear in many which ways. This was a part of. This was a major economic target also, given how rich, Gaurav, Somnath temple was at that point in time, isn't it?
It indeed was. It was a very important cultural center. It was a place of pilgrimage. It was also a very important place of economy. India has always been a seafaring nation. Somnath was a very important port. Pilgrims and devotees and people came from other ports to this land. The Prime Minister has just reacted, Sneha, and I just want to quickly play out the reaction of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has just put out a post on social media on day one of his visit to Somnath. He said that he chaired a meeting of the Somnath Trust. Remember, he also leads the Somnath Trust and he reviewed.
Just come back to you in a moment from now. We have those images on our screens at this point in time of the Prime Minister chairing a meeting as we speak. It's the big push to upgrade the temple complex, and that's the reason why temple authorities, I understand, are having a meeting with the Prime Minister. This is actually the Sri Somnath Trust. Members of the trust, essentially the authorities that are in charge of the running of the day-to-day running of the temple, it's called the Sri Somnath Trust, are meeting with Prime Minister Modi at this point in time. Let me try and go across to our reporters if we can, in fact, get in touch with Piyush once again for more on that. But these are images on your screens of the Prime Minister. So essentially, Sri Somnath Trust is the religious charitable organization that manages and runs the historic Somnath temple. Its associated facilities also in other parts of Gujarat. And the Prime Minister is now engaging with the authorities of those within the trust. It's actually recognized as the governing body of the temple and its assets, with authority over temple activities, offerings and land.
So you're looking at those images, this spectacular display of fireworks, that meeting that's happening. All of this also has a major impact on the economy of a region, because you remember when the Divya Bhavya Ram temple was being built in a very grand way, and when the Pran Pratishtha was happening, there were those doubting Thomases who said, what's the point? Why build a temple? What do you get out of building a temple? It's the revenue that's also very important. The Ram temple, for example, according to reports, this generated 327 crore rupees in the year 24-25. And that money from time immemorial has also been used for the betterment of people, education, betterment of society, betterment of a charitable hospital, a charitable education system. There's so much that this civilization is all about, and that is the effort. You build bigger temples, you build many had argued, why was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's statue, or the Statue of Unity, why was that being constructed? And once again, when you look at the revenue generated, all those doubting Thomases are silenced with this, Sneha, because once again, you look at your country which is growing. So while you're also, those who say you're going into religion, you're not looking at science and technology. That's not true. There's so much that's happening with science and technology. The effort that's being made to ensure that we now become the fourth largest and then the third largest economy in the world. So all of it happens simultaneously. When you're strong on your foundation, you're also strong and grow as a tall tree.
You know, this is also a moment of national reawakening in that sense, and a much needed focus and spotlight on events that perhaps have been forgotten over the years. And that's the reason why Gaurav, the Prime Minister's visit, him being there in Gujarat for 3 days, really being a part of this festival that we are all celebrating today, becomes just all the more so important, isn't it? It encourages, some sort of awareness also around our cultural roots, which perhaps many of us would have forgotten over the years.
Oh, you're absolutely right on that account. Whether forgotten or not even taught, there's that huge debate that's going on. Whether we were taught history in a rather selective way. Were we looking at certain events with rose-tinted glasses? Were we looking at our own history from an invader's point of view and not from the point of view of the sons and daughters of the soil? And that is why there have been many debates that have been happening. So take, for example, if I may, 1857, for decades, Indians were learning about 1857 as the mutiny in India, whereas now you learn of 1857 from the perspective as the first war for independence. So it depends who's writing that history, whether it's a mutiny or it's a war for independence. Similarly, the invasion of people like Mahmud of Ghazni or Muhammad Ghori or the Mughal invaders who came in. How do you look at that? Do you look at it as invasion for was it economics? Was it something else? Was there a concept of Ghazwa-e-Hind? Was there not a concept of Ghazwa-e-Hind? What does it mean? What did sons and daughters of the soil do? Because when many argue that in this country, Indians were weak and we were ruled over by invaders for 1,000 years, it's that 1,000 years of resistance that we were not taught systematically, the manner in which India continued to fight for independence, and that's something that is happening right now. 1,000 years of resistance, and that is why when they say कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिट्टी नहीं हमारी, सदियों रहा है दुश्मन दौरे जहां हमारा, मिट गए रोमा यूनान. Look at the civilization who've been in whatever form they were at that point of time. They no longer exist. We continue to exist and continue to grow.
The Somnath Swabhiman Parv there, rightly putting the focus, conveying faith, conveying identity and heritage, and how it endures through time. We will continue to get all the details of the big story that we are tracking, and that is in fact our top focus stories right here on India Today. I'm going to thank you, Gaurav and Piyush, for getting in all of those details with your inputs and your perspective, leaving you with these beautiful visuals from Somnath Temple today. It's time to wrap up the show. Enjoy these pictures. Thank you.
हरा हरा महादेव।
सोमनाथ का ये मंदिर हमारे आत्मविश्वास का एक प्रेरणा स्थल है।